Hi guys, welcome back to Refunction Crafts. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to make these little organza roses today. I found it to be a really easy project and I thought you guys might be interested in seeing how to make them. Let me put these up so that you can see them a little closer in the camera. They're super cute and super functional for your crafts. So I thought this would be something that, you guys would really enjoy doing. So really all you need to do this is some organza ribbon. I've got 1-inch organza and I've got some in it's a blue and purple variegated. And I've got a pink and sort of cream color variegated. So these are the two I'm going to be using. I'll make a couple of these for you so that you can kind of see how the process works. You need your ribbon. You need a sewing needle, and try to get one that's a little bit larger needle with a bigger eye, and you'll see why you need that bigger eye in a moment. Let's see if I can, that's about as close as I can get it, you guys. And a lighter, and you'll need your scissors. Best to have a pair of precision scissors. And I use one of these little rubber finger things that you use to kind of go through your mail or whatever to count paper, because it helps my finger to stick to the needle, because these needles, because they're so thin, they get real slippery. So the first one that I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut off a piece of this pink organza, and I'm going to cut off about, I'm going to say maybe 13 or 14 inches. You don't want to cut it off too big, because then you'll get a bunched up rose. So you don't want to go too big. I kind of played around with it at first, just to kind of see what would happen. And at this point I've made a lot of these. I'm just trying to get a bunch going. So I've taken and I've cut just a little piece of that organza. You can see there's a piece that sticks out there. And then I cut the midsection out. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and start at the end with the tail. And I'm just going to start threading this ribbon through. And I'm going up about 1 inch at a time. And I'm just going to go back and forth, in and out, just as if I was sewing a hem or so. I don't think this is exactly the way I sew a hem, but I'm just going to keep going back and forth. You can see how it's just kind of bunching up there. And each section I'm doing exactly the same. For me, I take, when I get to this last little couple of inches, I take and make it maybe just about half of that, and then the last one just go towards the end there. And I have a little bit of fraying at the end of my ribbon there, so I'm just going to cut this little bit off here. Okay, so I've got it on my needle. And this is what it looks like. You can see it's just a bunch of little ribbons, like that ribbon candy that you buy at the holidays. And then I take and go to the other end where the eye is and where my piece of ribbon is with the little tail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that tail right through the eye of the needle. And if I had better eyes, this would be a lot easier for me to do, but I don't have the best eyes in the world. Even though I wear glasses, I need a new pair. So I'm just gonna try and get this through that eye, and usually I don't have this much trouble. My eyes are kind of crossing on me. Okay, I'm gonna get it a little closer to me so I can see what I'm doing. If you have a big enough eye in your needle, it usually goes through really quick and easy. I think I know what it is. I think I've got a little bit of fraying going on at the end of this tail. So I'm just going to cut the tip off. Try this again. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Never have this trouble, and I've been literally doing this in the dark of the living room at night where I don't have the greatest lighting. And now I've got lighting and I can't get the darn thing through. I have literally never, there we go. Okay, we got it through. So I'm just gonna pull it through all the way up to the ribbon itself. Oops, I'm gonna let go of this. And so I just pull it until it's tight, like that. And then I'm gonna take and grab the pointy end of the needle at the bottom in my right hand. I'm right-handed. And I'm just gonna take this and start twirling. Just like that. And I'm not using my little rubber thing right now. Hopefully I won't have to, but you can see it's already turning into a rose. And I'm just kind of barely holding the pieces at the bottom of this to kind of stay in place. And there I have. I've pulled it through. You pull it through the bottom. There's my tail. At the bottom, I'm just gonna take my lighter and I'm gonna burn that tail. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see it. That tail right there. I'm just gonna burn that until it gets up to the flower. Take my lighter and just kind of press it up against it. And what happens is that tail, the tail melts up to the flower and it makes it stick. And there we have a rose. So now I'm gonna do one of the blue and purple ones. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut about 14 inches. I'm gonna take my scissors and just cut a tail into this. And so I'm going up as close to the edge of this organza ribbon as I can get to make that tail as narrow as I can so that it's gonna fit into that eye of the needle. And then I'm just gonna take it and cut this little piece out. Just like that. I just got a little piece of the ribbon. And I will start threading. Doesn't matter which way you start on this, so just start it any way you want. And about 1 inch sections. And I'm just gonna keep on going. And this is quick and dirty and easy, and you could probably make a whole bunch of these at one time. And you know, these are really great for junk journals, and if you make cards and things and you want to make, you know, some 3D stuff for the top of the cards. And now at the top, I'm going to take them at about 1/2 inch sections, just the last couple of threadings. I'm going to flip it upside down. Now I've got the eye of the needle at the top. And for some reason this blue and purple seems to be a little bit more stiff than my pink is. And I've noticed that it's probably just a tad more difficult to work with. Okay, so that one I was able to thread fairly quickly. So I've got it threaded in the needle. Trying to get this to where you guys can see it there. I've got it threaded in the needle. And then I'm just going to take with the eye at the top and the tail at the top, I'm going to grab the bottom of the needle with my right hand. And this time I'm going to put my little rubber finger thing on my finger because this one I know because the purple is stiffer, and I'm just gonna start spinning just like that. And you guys can see how really easy this is. I've got it already. I've got a rose. I'm gonna take the end, I'm gonna tip it upside down again, and I'm just gonna pull. The last one, it pulled through really fast. I wasn't expecting that. That was the first time that had ever happened. And you're just gonna pull it through until that, sometimes it gets a little difficult to get through, and you just gotta keep pulling until it comes through just like that. And sometimes it's just because the needle kind of gets twisted around it. You just kind of have to untwist it so that there's no loop on it. So there's my tail. I'm going to hold the ribbon back at the rose. And this one it's got a little bit longer tail. So I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. But I want a bit of that tail there because I want to have enough so that when I press it against the rose, it's going to stick and it's going to have a decent plug, so to speak. And so that's what it looks like on the bottom. And there's my rose at the top. So that's how you make these really, really cute organza roses. Super easy, and you know, this video is short enough that you can watch it as many times as you'd like until you get it, because I know I watched the videos a few times before I actually tried it myself. I like to get several looks at something before I actually do it. So anyway, that's all there is to it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you've enjoyed it, hit the like button for me. It helps with the algorithms on YouTube, and it helps me to to get in better standing with YouTube. And then if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting up a lot of new videos. I'm working hard at trying to get them up on a regular basis. So subscribe to my channel and smash the notification bell, and that way you'll get noticed whenever I put a new video up. I greatly appreciate all of you. I'll put some pictures up at the end of the video so you can see what they look like close up. And you all have a very blessed day. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.